friend. Okay, Mac. I have to know all of your thoughts. I have to know your entire experience in Miami for this football game. Georgia Tech beats number 17 Miami 23-20. This is the one pick I actually really got right that we were different on this week because Georgia Tech was better than the Bowling Green situation, obviously. Yeah. And Miami coming off a bye. How serious are they going to take Georgia Tech? The first half was hideous. The first half, it did not look like Miami was super locked in, ready to go. And Georgia Tech didn't score either. Then we get to the second half, and I'm going to tell you just from my experience what happened. We had gone to the Clemson game. We had been out all day with the baby, etc. So Miami gets that first down with like 2 minutes to go. And I'm like, we're done. Turn off the iPad. I'm going to sleep. This is over.
It's a great call. It's a very easy call, yeah.
Miami's going to be completely fine. I'm sure people all across the nation did that, Mac. Then I wake up. My son starts screaming at 5 a.m. because he is always hungry. And I go to feed him. I am checking my phone as I am feeding him. And I see Miami lost the football game. I was shocked. Mac, you were there. Take me from your vantage point of this egregious coaching mistake for Mario Cristobal to not take a knee.
Yeah, very bad. I do want to start at the very beginning of that, though, because here's the deal. On radio, I was 100% with everything that you said. I said, there's no way. This is way too many points. Yeah, Georgia Tech's going to be ticked. They're going to respond. Miami's going to be sleepy. I was 1,000% with you. And then as all things happen, I start doing more research. I start getting excited. I start loving Miami. And I'm just like, oh, these guys are going to run for 1,000,000 yards and run this thing up. And so that's why I, like an idiot, picked them in this one on our podcast here. So I did
Mac,
get
you were
on
not
radio.
an idiot. You went 5-2 this week. You're allowed to make a mistake.
It would have been nice to. I also picking Clemson might have been dumb. There we go.
Yeah,
so there we go.
We'll
my
get
Tigers,
to that.
My Tigers bit me. I'm trying to set the stage or think about the stage because we were literally sitting on our desk about to do the show, and it was kind of awkward because we're on the Georgia Tech sideline. Oh. And the athletic director's right there. Other personnel are right there. And we're like talking about, oh, yeah, we're going to ask Mario this. We're going to ask Mario that, blah, 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 blah.
So had you already basically talked to the SID and had Mario lined up?
It was all done.
I'm guessing.
Everything was done.
Right, exactly.
Everything was done. And because the game is over. There is zero chance that these guys, anything happens. And so then we're looking at the clock, and I'm just sitting there like, why are they in shotgun?
Yes.
Why are they taking a knee from the shotgun? And then they run it, and I'm like, don't like that. This is weird. And then he fumbles, and we're just like, there is no way that just happened. And we're all just looking at each other like, why did they not take a knee? Like, what? There is no reason. And I don't want to be like,
it's a simulation. We're all in a simulation.
It's a glitch. There was a massive glitch in the simulation. I don't want to be like rude, and there's been a lot of people saying a lot of derogatory stuff, but that was a horrible, like just bad. It was bad. Like
there's no way around it.
There's no way around it.
Not say that.
This dude's been coaching for 13 years. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the
Mac,
thought
is there
process
any,
was.
for your knowledge as being a guy who played, is there any way that they said take a knee and TVD called out of it?
No.
Why? Yeah, why would that happen?
Heck. What should have happened
the
is
staff called a run play.
He should have called into it. TVD
he should have audibled out of it.
That, I mean, and not really. I mean, he's got to do what he's told. But
I don't know. I look at the sideline and be like, what?
I can say this with all honesty. And again, I don't want to be super negative because it sucks. It just is what it is. That was the worst football decision I've ever seen in my entire life. Like ever. And what's fascinating, KG, is I think back the last 3 weeks, there have been games that have been lost because of coaching decisions. Mm-hmm. And like, it is so evident this year more than most, it feels like to me. Florida State, Clemson, you don't run it on 3rd and 1, and you lose the game essentially. Mm-hmm. Duke running prevent defense on 4th and 16 instead of heating them up, lose the game. And then this one's the most egregious, like by far. The others are whatever could happen. This is like very silly. I've never seen anything like it. Never.
But here's the crazy part, Mike. They fumble it, and then
Right.
Georgia Tech
Right.
makes 2 incredible plays.
So now let me walk you
how
through
was that?
So first of all, there's like jubilation on the sideline when the fumble happens, and we're all just like, and so we're seeing everyone's cheering, everybody's going crazy, and we're just like, okay, this is gonna be interesting. And
but you still here's the thing: as a fan, you still don't think Georgia Tech's going to win.
No. You think it's over?
You just don't.
Still, it's like, okay, well, this is weird. Now it's the game's going to take longer to get to us. And Haynes drops back and throws that ball, which by the way was this close to getting picked off.
Yep.
Like just drops it right over the top, and we're just like, they've got a shot now. Like there is a legitimate shot.
But he doesn't get out of bounds. So now they're sprinting.
They got to hurry
to
up,
the line,
get it down, whatever, because they don't have any timeouts. That's the other part of the equation. The game was legitimately over. So they get up there, run the play, and KG, I kid you not, I'm sitting there watching the receivers, and when I saw scramble drill, and that young man put his foot in the ground and went right, I was like, oh shoot. Like he's wide open.
He's open.
Like he's
over.
Open. It is over. And Haynes, like, it was one of those moments. I don't know how I did it, but it was just like back and forth. Like you're looking at everybody. And Haynes like gripped the ball like he was about to rip it, saw how wide open he was, and just totally changed and just floated it like a basketball. And I was just like, oh my gosh. That was insane. Everyone's going crazy. Sidelines erupting. We're all just sitting there like, this is nuts.
Did that just happen?
It literally happened right in front. The guys are sprinting by our stage, all this stuff. And it was so much fun. But then there's still a chance. Then they have to line up with 1 or 2 seconds left and kick off, which there was some drama in between. They didn't kick a field goal. They took a knee. Then they're kicking off, and they kick it out of bounds.
Oh.
Nobody.
Remember, I'm asleep.
You don't even know
I'm asleep.
They kicked it out of bounds, KG. Georgia Tech just has to put the ball in play and the game is over. They kick it out of bounds at like the 40. It wasn't even a good kick. It was at the 40-yard line. So Miami.
There's a shot.
This is so crazy. Nobody wanted to win this game. Nobody. Miami has a chance. And I'm even more ticked about this than the knee. They tried to do this razzle-dazzle play that took 5 minutes because everyone's like throwing the ball all around, and someone gets jacked up at the end of it. But why not take a shot downfield with Colby Young?
There's no way
receivers?
You can be more mad about that than the knee. There's no way.
You're right. Not that mad, but that was essentially no shot. Why not drop back and toss it with your great quarterback?
Right.
It was so dumb. It's just the ending of the game was bizarre, but the finish, I mean, honestly, it's miracles. That's what miracles are.
It was a miracle. Miracles for
crazy.
Georgia Tech.
It was crazy.
But here's the thing, Mac. With all that went down at the end of that game, the way the game played out, Miami really did not deserve to win that game.
Heck no.
Like, they didn't play well enough.
No. Neither
they
of them.
were going to escape.
Should have been a tie.
Well, as a team that was a 21-point dog,
sure.
Georgia Tech.
Sure.
The fact that they were about to win it.
How many yards? Let me look up this team stats real quick. I think Georgia Tech had
Georgia
like 100
Tech
yards.
Controlled the game, especially the second half.
Maybe. Oh, the stats aren't even up here. What are we doing? ESPN.
Yeah, the box score's not pulling up for this game. This game is so broken.
Mario's
the box score isn't even online.
Coach Cristobal's trying to just eliminate this game.
Yeah.
Anyway, when I was looking at it, Georgia Tech had like 100 yards. I mean, it was not good. This was a awful, boring game.
It was bad.
And they found a way to win. And Coach Key, dominant on the road. I don't think he's ever lost against a road-ranked opponent, ever.
Never lost.
And it was fun to talk to him. I mean, the emotion, the passion.
Yeah.
That dude, I mean, it's...
And to bounce back, Mac,
cool.
To get your locker room back.
Yeah.
After the Bowling Green debacle.
They fired their D coordinator. They fired the D coordinator in the middle of the season. I mean,
your guys could be like, we've ruined our season. Like, what do we even have to play for? Yeah. But obviously that was not the problem. You'd think like it would be a great win for Georgia Tech if they didn't have the Bowling Green disaster. It's still a great win. Where does Miami go from here, Mac? If you're in that locker room, how do you emotionally, and you have UNC this week.
Yeah.
How do you emotionally put that behind you? That would be so brutal.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal. First of all, Coach Cristobal's flushing. I hope ultimately, like, he goes into that meeting or whatever it is and just literally says, we messed up. We lost you the game. We're sorry. Yeah. That was totally on us. You guys did what you should have and could have. Willie or won't he? I don't know. But should. I mean, that would help, I think, with guys kind of moving on. It's like, well, it's over. There's nothing we can do. And then you just kind of relish in the fact that you have an unbelievable opportunity on
Right.
Saturday night primetime against one of the best teams in the country. And let's spoil their season. Let's mess up what they've got going. That would be the ultimate go ACC moment, because I kid you not, EJ and I were talking about for a week that this was going to happen. That Georgia Tech was going to embarrass the league, lose to those guys, and then beat Miami at home when we're there in primetime with Stephen A. Smith. It's unbelievable.
It's college football. Here's the good news, though. Miami fans. I know we've got some Miami fans who watch our pod. We appreciate you guys. The season's not over.
No.
It's not over. You win the league with one loss, especially a fluky loss. The committee understands.
Yeah.
You're fine. I mean, you
fine.
Honestly, you didn't play very well, but you should have won. The committee sees that. You run the table. You beat Florida State. You win the ACC. Maybe you beat Florida State twice. You're in the playoffs. So your season's not over.
Yeah.
I think we got to be clear about that.
No
But
question.
this does not help you.
No, it
but it's not over.
I don't know if this does count as a quality loss. I don't think it does. You know how I feel.
Well, you lost to yourself.
Exactly. Maybe
you lost to yourself, and you're ranked.
Loss. It's a ranked loss.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.